Have you ever wondered why you can't seem to seal the deal despite having a great product and a keen prospect? Well, welcome to the art of the close, the pivotal moment in any negotiation that can make or break the deal. You see, closing a deal isn't just a mere transaction or a simple exchange of goods and services. It's an art, a skill that requires finesse, tact, and a deep understanding of human psychology. It's the final and most crucial step in the sales process where you convince your prospect to commit to your offer. It's the point where all your efforts, from active listening to overcoming objections and negotiation, converge into that one defining moment when the customer finally says yes. But why is closing so important, you ask? Well, in the world of sales, closing is the grand finale. It's how sales professionals hit their targets, and ultimately, it's how businesses generate revenue. Without a successful close, your brilliant product pitch or your engaging presentation is just that, a pitch or a presentation. It's the close that transforms these efforts into tangible results, into signed contracts and sealed deals. And closing is not just about landing a sale. It's about building a relationship. It's about understanding your prospect's needs, addressing their concerns, and delivering value that goes beyond the product or service you're selling. It's about establishing trust, fostering a connection, and creating a positive experience that leaves a lasting impression. So how do we master this art? How do we navigate the intricate dance of negotiation and seal the deal with grace and confidence? Well, that's what we're here to explore. We'll delve into the psychology behind closing, discuss various closing techniques, and how to handle objections like a pro. We'll also talk about the importance of follow-ups and how they can enhance the customer's experience. Like and subscribe now because we're diving into the fascinating world of deal closing. Remember, press the notification bell to get more videos like these, and you start closing deals. Remember, deals are not just about making a sale. It's about building a relationship and delivering value to your prospect, and that, my friends, is the true art of the close. Before you can close a deal, you need to pave the way with a strong pre-close. Now, what does this mean exactly? Well, the pre-close is an essential precursor to the actual close. It's like setting the stage before the grand performance. It's a technique that involves short, opinion-seeking questions that help you, the salesperson, to gauge the mood of the buyer and their responsiveness during the sales process. Imagine you're a detective trying to solve a mystery. You're trying to piece together the clues, to understand the story behind the story. That's what the pre-close is all about. It's about asking the right questions and listening carefully to the answers. It's about understanding your buyer's needs, wants, and concerns, and addressing them proactively. One effective pre-close strategy is the assumptive close. This is where you talk about the sales deal as if it's already a done deal. It's not about being presumptuous, but about expressing confidence in the value of your offer. It's like saying, when we start working together, instead of if we start working together. Another valuable tool in your pre-close arsenal is the gauge technique. This technique gives you a better idea of how close your prospect is to making a purchase and what barriers might still stand in their way. It's about assessing the temperature of the deal, so to speak. Are they lukewarm, hot, or still a bit chilly? Knowing this can help you adjust your approach accordingly. In the world of sales, the pre-close is a crucial step that often gets overlooked. But it's in this stage that you lay the groundwork for a successful close. It's where you build rapport, gain understanding, and set the stage for the grand finale of the sales process. So remember, before you rush to the close, take the time to master the art of the pre-close. It's about setting the mood, understanding your buyer, and building a solid foundation for the close. A strong pre-close sets the stage for a successful close, so don't overlook its power. Objections are a natural part of the sales process, but how you handle them can make or break your deal. So how do you navigate these inevitable objections? Well, let's start by understanding that objections are not roadblocks, but stepping stones. They're opportunities for you to build a stronger relationship with your prospect by addressing their concerns head-on. Common objections you may encounter include price, timing, or doubts about the product or service's usefulness. These are valid concerns, and it's crucial to approach them with understanding and empathy. Remember, At the heart of every objection is a question or a concern that needs to be addressed. Let's dive into some strategies for overcoming objections. First off, perfect the pause. When a prospect raises an objection, take a moment to pause and reflect before responding. This shows that you respect their concern and are taking the time to consider it fully. Next, reframe their objection as a question. For instance, if they say, "It's too expensive," reframe it as, "Are you concerned about the investment?" This opens up a dialogue and allows you to address their specific concern. It's also helpful to provide examples of your success with other clients. This can reassure your prospect that they're making a good decision. Remember, people buy solutions, not products or services. Show them how what you're offering can solve their problem. Finally, respond to objections promptly and effectively. Don't let them linger. The longer an objection goes unaddressed, the bigger it becomes. Tackle it head-on, provide clear, concise information, and always circle back to make sure their concern has been addressed. Navigating objections is all about empathy, understanding, and clear communication. It's about showing your prospect that you're there to help them, not just make a sale. It's about building trust. And remember, an objection is not a rejection. It's an opportunity to provide more information, dispel doubts, and pave the way to a successful close. So the next time you face an objection, embrace it. It's your chance to show your prospect that you're the right choice. Remember, an objection is not a rejection. It's an opportunity to provide more information and build trust. Now let's dive into the heart of the matter, the closing techniques that will help you seal the deal. The world of sales is replete with a variety of closing techniques, each with its unique strength. One such technique is the assumptive close. This technique is all about confidence. You talk about the deal as if it's already a done thing. When should we schedule your first service? Or which payment plan works best for you? These assumptive questions nudge the prospect towards finalizing the deal. Another potent technique is the trial close. This is where you test the waters, gauge the temperature of the prospect's readiness to buy. You might ask something like, "How does the solution sound to you so far?" If the response is positive, you can smoothly transition into the final close. But what if you're faced with a prospect who's indecisive? That's when the now or never close comes into play. This technique creates a sense of urgency, offering time-sensitive bonuses or discounts that prompt immediate action. Remember, though, to use this technique judiciously. You don't want to come across as pushy or desperate. Then there's the summary close, perfect for detail-oriented prospects. Here you summarize all the benefits and features of your product or service that you've discussed during your sales pitch, emphasizing how they address the prospect's needs or problems. It's like a final recap before the curtain call. But what if the prospect is still hesitant? Try the question close. Ask them directly, "What's holding you back?" or "Is there something you're still unsure about?" This approach not only shows empathy, but also uncovers any lingering doubts or objections. Remember, the key to successful closing is adaptability. Different prospects require different approaches. Sometimes it's not about following a rigid script, but about intuitively responding to the prospect's signals. Mastering these closing techniques will give you the tools you need to close deals confidently and effectively. You've closed the deal, but your job isn't over yet. The power of follow-up cannot be underestimated. It's like the encore at the end of a great concert, an opportunity to leave a lasting impression and keep the audience coming back for more. In the world of sales, successful follow-up is like that encore. It's a chance to solidify the relationship with your customer, improve their experience, and pave the way for future business opportunities. But how does follow-up achieve all of this? Let's break it down. Firstly, follow-up is an expression of gratitude. It's a simple thank you that can go a long way in making your customer feel valued. When a customer feels appreciated, they're more likely to do business with you again. Secondly, follow-up is a chance to get feedback. It's an opportunity to understand what worked and what didn't in your sales process. This feedback can be incredibly valuable in refining your sales strategy and enhancing your customer's experience. Thirdly, follow-up is about building trust. It shows your customer that you're not just interested in making a sale, but in building a relationship. This trust is a solid foundation for future business. So, how do you follow up effectively? Start by acting quickly. A prompt follow-up shows the customer that you're serious about their business. It also keeps you fresh in their mind. Next, personalize your follow-up. Use the information you've gathered during the sales process to tailor your message. This personal touch can make a big difference in how your follow-up is received. Finally, be consistent. Regular follow-ups show that you're reliable and committed to maintaining the relationship. Remember, the power of follow-up lies not just in maintaining the deal you've closed, but in cultivating a relationship that can lead to future opportunities. Remember, the faster you follow up, the more likely you are to maintain the deal and foster a lasting relationship with your customer. Let's wrap up everything we've learned about closing deals. We began our journey by appreciating the art of closing deals, understanding that it's not just about inking contracts, but a skill requiring finesse. We acknowledged that closing is the final crucial step in the sales process, where you convince your prospect to commit to your offer. Next, we explored the pre-close, a technique involving short, opinion-asking questions that establish the mood of the buyer. We learned about the assumptive close, where we speak of the deal as though it's already sealed, and the gauge technique, giving us a clearer picture of how close the prospect is to buying. Press like and subscribe now to get yourself more informed. Hit the notification button so that you delved into the inevitable objections that come up in the deal closing process. And next time other videos will be as helpful as this one. Comment below so we can discuss further the strategies to overcome these objections, from perfecting the pause to empathizing with the prospect. We also learned about the importance of anticipating and practicing responses to objections, ensuring we're always prepared. Following that, we explored various closing techniques, each with its unique strengths. From the now or never close, which builds urgency, to the trial close, which assesses the readiness of the prospect, these techniques equip us to handle diverse scenarios. Lastly, we looked at the power of follow-up. We learned that following up not only improves the customer's experience, but also builds trust. It shows our potential customers that we value their concerns and are willing to invest time to understand them. We discovered that the faster we follow up, the more likely we are to close the deal. In essence, closing deals is a mix of art and science, a blend of understanding human psychology, employing effective strategies, and responding swiftly. The journey of closing a deal is filled with opportunities to learn, grow, and most importantly, succeed. With these strategies in your arsenal, you're well equipped to start closing deals. So go out there and start closing. All right, we've come to the end of our guide on mastering the art of closing deals. Now, it's time for you to take your sales game to the next level. And there's no time like the present. Use the now or never close technique we discussed earlier. This approach is all about creating a sense of urgency. Tell your prospects that now is the best time to take action. Remember, the best time to start is now. Don't let this opportunity slip away. So, are you ready to master the art of closing deals? It's now or never. Take what you've learned today and start applying these techniques. It's time to start actively closing deals. Remember, the more you practice, the better you'll get. So don't delay. Start today. It's now or never. Let's get going and start closing those deals.